My name is Darryl, a co-founder of G'day Doctor, a new exciting platform we have taken from overseas, having done tens of thousands of consults and localized. I have personally been in the consumer experience industry for some 35 years, largely with Tier 1 consulting firms, with much consulting to the health industry in leadership positions. My interest in telemedicine arose 5 years ago when I was building community-based clinics in Central Asia. For the last 3 years, I've broadly engaged in digital technologies and specifically how they apply to the patient experience. What is striking in many of today's experience, they are about any doctor, but with connected living, many in the communities are looking for higher quality engagement supported by medical history, vitals monitoring, and seamless referrals. This presentation is designed for doctors wishing to explore our platform as support for their practice and providing their patients a continuum of care with you, the doctor, and the patient anytime, anywhere. Our journey over the next 10 minutes is to share a little more of who we are, our view of the future of telemedicine, and then how we seek to support you, the doctor's practice. If interested, we will be happy to go into more detail on the financial arrangements, but do say these are competitive to existing sharing models for practices. However, through the platform, what we believe is being enabled better tools. Who are we? We're a new venture in Australia. In addition to myself, I'm supported by my co-founder, Allan, an ex-corporate secretary from an ASX listed company, and been involved in home care and supporting doctors' online solutions for some 5 years. Also involved is Jamie, the platform developer from the United States, a gentleman who I've worked with quite extensively over the last 3 to 4 years on enhancing journeys, not only when working in the platform, but in extending it to the many parties engaged in the patient health delivery experience, the referrals. In addition to our local team, the platform is supported by best practices and ongoing development and help desk, and by our international platform partner. In the interest of the doctor, patient, and service provider, these players today operate somewhat independently. With modern technology, desires and expectations of patients and doctors, there's a demand for better quality assessment, different ways to address chronic diseases, aged care, and the many interactions there are demanding different ways of treatment and monitoring. With COVID, telemedicine is no longer a choice, and globally we are seeing most specialties changing the way they interact with patients online. My experience with health policies is that some 80 to 90% of those policies were covering outpatient services and costs. This has the hospital-centered models under pressure, and over time the any doctor, any time models as being inadequate for many patients. Over the past 5 years, we've seen telemedicine evolving, and it is interesting to see which areas were being used. These included prescriptions, pre-post surgery, caring for aging patients or sick children, pregnancy checks, and ongoing care for chronic condition management, amongst others. This is not inconsistent with today, but more than ever, specialties are finding new ways to engage. Then consider the gaps in today's landscape due to the basic design of most telemedicine offerings. This leaves a gap in the market for G'day Doctors, business design of seamless care and greater connectivity to vitals monitoring and all the IoTs that are emerging. The objectives of connected care and patient experience are solving the continuum of care issues patients have dealt with for years, better quality, access, efficiency. Now with technology, it is about the ability to connect efficiently, receive a personalised quality consult with my information and history, and delivery of the needed additional services. This connectivity is a bit like a phone number. First mover advantage will matter. We believe a doctor or a small group of doctors with all the latest technologies are well positioned to support a patient in wellness, health planning, as well as addressing today's patient problems. Doctors' access to information, the medical record, continually updating is seeing patients have more confidence in the doctor with his supporting health service providers. The technologies are also allowing this engagement to be anytime, anywhere. Do you have sore eyes, stomach problems? Well, sometimes. AI is amazing, but talking through my symptoms with my doctor, who shares empathy and understands me, is the future of healthcare, particularly for chronic care, aged care, longer-term health issues, for example, pregnancies or my children, or pre or post-operative cases. It does matter. We are also seeing in companies with COVID the support of employees and opportunities for remote care. The engagement is not for the simple chat or any doctor, anytime, but moving to a deeper relationship, and belief in quality medicine includes the tools doctors are given. This leads us to consider the role of the platform as a service in supporting outpatient engagement. We see two models: the provider clinic or hospital, whether they have existing in-house medical records, being able to reach out to the patients, but potentially reaching also after hours with cloud. A second model where the doctor's clinic requiring support for scheduling medical records with HIPAA quality secure video and seamless access for referring services. In the middle, of course, is the patient. It will probably be some mix of these, and in many cases likely to be independent, with hospital legal requirements around security limiting access to that data outside those clinics. This leads us to the journeys we see emerging: the service providers, in-house doctors, and secondly, the home doctors being supported outside the clinic environment, but still respecting the need for the service provider and other service needs, the referrals, and the seamless patient care. This leads us to the challenge of what the doctor needs for telemedicine. We're about enabling the doctor with the tools: online scheduling, HIPAA end-to-end encrypted video, medical information history, aligning to these vitals and supporting towards seamless care with online referring. Economically, it makes sense. Some basic stats. Online medicine tends to be faster. Average of an online consult is about 8 minutes. For clinics and health service providers, it enables face-to-face clinic time for the more needy acute patient, taking the lesser emergent engagement to be held in a more efficient environment. Is it cannibalizing between the clinic and doctors online? We don't think so. Not only are patients demanding changes, with shortage of quality doctors, it's more about finding doctors' time. This also becomes a practice management tool. Online medical records, scheduling, referrals, payments, amongst others, are reducing your cost structures. And we're in the market attracting patients who want this higher quality long-term relationship with their doctor. Our thoughts on vital monitoring is also moving us to the next stage of support for patients and doctors. We recently identified and have linked into an online monitoring opportunity which will see you through your mobile phone and provide us medical grade reads like blood pressure, pulse, blood oxygen, stress, heart rate variation, amongst others. This takes us to the next levels, with monitoring opportunity on patients and employees without the many gadget and devices needed for these vitals today. And of course, it becomes proactive support of patients' awareness of their own health. As a platform, we have a commitment to support building patient engagement through doctors' practices and through several other activities. Social media, target opportunities around connected living, and targeting on COVID-driven corporate markets. We do see companies needing telemedicine support. Protocols, understanding employee health are now more than ever tied to productivity and workplace health and safety, requiring medical judgments. For companies never engaging in medical support, a telemedicine platform provides an efficient support to management for proactive health and safety. To support understanding our platform, we have created a number of tools for both the patients and the doctors, user guides, videos, and we'll be conducting regular webcasts and Zoom training sessions. What's next? We're targeting on a minimum of 100 doctors for startup positions. We'll pre-sign up expressions of interest. These can be sent to either Allan or myself. And after that, we'll hold some webinars and direct discussions. We also will then head to startup. We will conduct an interview and confirm credentials. Then finally, moving to contracting and onboarding. Want to learn more? Either watch this video again or call us. Contact us, either Allan or myself. And we would love to talk to you about G'day Doctor matters.